Am I autistic? No. I was just a normal 10-year-old writing minute-by-minute schedules of everything I needed to do the next day, and then I would check them off, and if one thing was off the timestamp, it would ruin my whole day and I would end up kicked out of class for sure. Mascara gate. That was a 3-year ordeal. I figured out that I gave myself 1 minute for mascara. It wasn't enough. I was getting like mascara on my eyelids, and then I didn't account for that in the schedule, and I would need to use a Q-tip to wipe it off, and that wouldn't have been on the schedule, and then I would have to get more foundation to fix what I wiped off. So then I had to start accounting for errors in my schedules. Keep in mind, all of this shit was lined up in real life too. It doesn't say get your makeup, because that shit was already lined up in order on my fucking desk. Lotion, foundation, eyelash curler, mascara, Q-tips, tweezers, blush, bronzer, all in order. Downstairs, you wanna know why it says get bread? Because my dad, I would have the bread laying out for the night before, and my dad would always put it back in the motherfucking cupboard. I only had to plug in the toaster because the toaster was already sitting there. My plate, my knife, my fork, everything was always laid out the night before. If I could, sometimes I would put a single slice of bread in a Ziploc on the plate. And you want to know what I'm like now? Take all that shit when I was about 13, throw it in a fucking blender and call it type B. Now that's me. Didn't somebody notice, like, oh, that's kind of weird? My dad carried around a black book 24/7. It was like the holy fucking Bible in our house, okay? It was his entire memory. If you told him something, you made a plan with him, you met him, and you didn't see him write it in the book, no, you didn't, bitch. No, you fucking didn't. And if you think we're deviating from the black book, oh, motherfucker, you have another thing. You will see the wrath of hell if you think you're fucking with this schedule. Lord Jesus Christ, we would plan shit a year in advance. You want to know what we're doing in a year? He'd flip to the page and fucking tell you. Now, he stopped doing that abruptly when I turned 13. And coincidentally, so did I. That's so weird. That's actually when I had a mental breakdown. That's actually kind of funny. When my parents' personality changed 180 degrees. That was a weird time. You should see the surprise birthday for my dad. For his 40th birthday, he walks up to the house and I was like, surprise! He's like, okay, like, I got things to do, like, I got a plan, but, like, I'll come back later. We used to go camping, right? I had like a 7-page inventory of every single motherfucking thing in that trailer, okay? Because we would be camping in the middle of nowhere and we wouldn't have some and Mr. Wetstein would be flipping a gasket, okay? So I was like, okay, we need to make inventory. We would go into the motherfucking grocery stores and I would bring my inventory and my dad used to brag to everybody in the fucking campsites about it. I would show them my lists and shit. When we moved houses, this is when my dad's whole personality changed. When we moved houses from in town to the country, I had every single box meticulously labeled, and then I was able to take those and then put them on all the cupboards inside the house so that every single closet, cupboard, drawer, you knew exactly what was in there or what was supposed to be in there. If you were looking for something, guess what? It was listed on the outside of wherever it was supposed to be. And my dad used to tell everyone, look how cool, look at all these post-it notes. They're so cool. Can you imagine if my dad was alive right now? And I was trying to tell him, hey, Dad, I learned about this thing. It's called autism. And, it's genetic.